Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Doc.
One Doc.
It's your girl, BD.
It's Foren's the fiance.
Yeah, and we are back. Also, disclaimer, one of us is in better climates than the other, okay? And the one in better climates than the other is also in a room which is more echoey than the room of the one who is not in better climates. So if you hear differences in the sound and things, then it's just because one of us is living our life and the other one is me. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm cold. My heater is
Yeah,
on.
guys.
It's June.
Are you kidding me?
It's
I cannot
June.
relate. I have flipping heat rash. Okay, I have heat rash all up on my neck. It's bumpy and rashy.
I hate
I've
you.
been like putting talcum powder on
I
at
hate
night.
you. I hate you and your talcum powder
Yeah, it
at
was
night.
this one flipping night that the gen, I don't know what happened with the gen, and then they didn't bring light at all, and I was like sweating.
Dying. Good.
Dying. But
I'm
since
glad.
then, it's been super cold in my uncle's house. But yeah,
Yeah, but
guys,
that's
I
cold by
am recording
choice.
from. Yeah, I know it's a nice choice.
Okay.
I'm recording from the U of RA. Is that what they want to change it to now? United Republic of Africa. What do they want to change the name to? Have you not seen
Girl,
the
I don't
thing?
know. No?
Yeah, the Nigerians are trying to change the name. They feel like Nigeria was imposed onto them, and
Oh, yeah, it was.
changing the name will make the country more unified. Like,
But what are they going to change
these
it
niggas
to?
always worried about the wrong things.
Honestly.
The wrong things. But yeah, guys, I'm in Nigeria, so yeah.
How tight you?
Sipping on that Chapman.
If I would give my left breast, no, actually my right one, because I prefer the left one. I would give my right breast for a Chapman right now in the sun.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I can't lie. It's been a welcome change. Like I have zero desire to come back.
Okay, well,
Like,
good for you. I'm just out here, just throwing your happiness in my face. Like, okay.
Okay, so BD, what are we doing today?
Sorry, I need a minute to compose myself because I'm so annoyed.
I feel like you can't see like my smile well enough. Let me bring the camera closer.
This bitch got braids. This bitch got braids for the equivalent of like £3, I'm sure, and she's feeling brand new. Do you know what? Are we actually the same person? Because look at my hair.
No, but we didn't even discuss it.
This is what I'm saying. Literally, we didn't even have a conversation.
I told you before that we are like joined. Like it's almost like the egg split and then went to two different women. But
yeah, mine went to Drag Race and yours went to Game of Thrones. That's what happened. Okay, so
I wouldn't say my egg is in Game of Thrones, but okay.
So today's documentary is a Netflix documentary, and I feel like we haven't done a Netflix documentary in a very long time, which I feel no way about. Yeah, I'm neither happy nor sad about it. This documentary is called Nail Bomber Manhunt. Yeah. I'm not sure if there are more words in there, but that's what I typed. So yeah, and it's about the 1999 London bombings, which targeted basically non-white, non-straight people. Which is really, this whole documentary is really wild to me because I was very much alive in London in 1999, and I have no, like, I don't even remember anyone speaking ever about this in my whole life of being a Londoner.
Zero recollection.
None. Like everything was new to me. I learned so much during this documentary, which I really liked about it. Also, it was long because it's Netflix, but I don't think it was wasted like a lot of Netflix documentary length is. I think everything actually made sense, and everything was like necessary. Well, for the most part, like it was pretty good.
Some of the reconstruction wasn't, but
yeah, I think they were just doing a whole lot. But you know how Netflix is, stylized drama, you know, all that stuff. It's very like dramatique, you know? So the documentary opens up with this. Speaking of drama, it opens up with a scene of a guy in a calf, and he's like disguised. Like it's really well done. Like it's not like, you know, when they do those like panorama documentaries where like it's like a black shadow and the voiceover. It wasn't like that. Like it literally was like you could see him, but he had a hoodie on, and the way it was lit, like you could not see his face at all. You could see his hands were white. You could see that he was like a mannish figure. And you can see the hood, and then you can see like the back of the calf as well. It was really nice, really well done, I reckon.
I wonder whose voice they used, because obviously it wasn't his voice.
I thought it was his voice, you know.
There's no way they would have used his voice,
It's true,
because
because then it would have
then
been
you would be able
obvious.
to tell that if I
That's
did a
true.
hooded whatever and I was talking, you would have known, like,
I'm like, bitch.
yeah, exactly, literally. And I don't know, I think Panorama should watch this and use
try.
this as a template for their thing, because like theirs are so shit.
And just do better. Yeah, it's like they just.
And literally, even
Sometimes I think they're trolling, you know. Sometimes I think they're just taking the piss. Like, oh look, it's John. Haha, Black Shadow.
and literally, I feel like with Panorama as well, you can actually tell who it is if you know who the person
You know
is.
who it
They
is.
just cover the face, and you can see the body and everything.
Yeah.
And there's some distorted, like, please pack it in, pack it all the way in.
Pack it in. So yeah, whoever's behind the camera, they do that thing that I love where like you hear the person behind the camera but you don't see them. Why do I love it? I don't know, I just do. So you hear the person behind the camera ask,
why did you agree to meet me? It's an interesting story, and I've got a different perspective.
so at this point, right, I'm trying to like ascertain whether this is like one of those like reenactments that are really shit, or like whether it's actually someone telling their story. And I'm really hoping that it's the latter. But then we quickly find out that it is the latter. It's not a reenactment. This guy that we're speaking to, he goes undercover in the far right, and the far right are like the white supremacists, right? Which is really funny that they're called the far right, because like they just took a left turn and never came back. Like that literally is their mantra. they just I don't know. So like, they're like Nazi type vibes. And there's footage of them doing like, is it the Hitler salute? I don't know what it's called. That weird arm thing that they do.
Yeah. Heil Hitler.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, okay, this looks very racist. Very, very racist. But he's basically saying that like that whole like gang, I'm going to call them a gang, was really extreme. Like, it was worse than he thought it would be, because, you know, they were talking about starting a race war and they really wanted to like kill people. And he kind of thought that it was like all talk, but then someone actually started killing people. Cue intro, theme music, drama, lights, action.
Da, da, da.
It was actually really good, because normally in a Netflix documentary, yeah, all the stuff before the intro we don't really include, like, because it will come up again.
Yeah.
But this stuff, it was like, and we begin. Like, it was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this documentary. Yeah,
I did.
So we're in London now. I mean, I think we always were in London, but yeah. So we're hearing the recording of. I'm definitely in London. Someone else in this podcast is not, but we move.
Ciao.
So we hear a recording of an interview. Like, we hear the actual police tape. They're interviewing a suspect, and it's the 1st of May, 1999, and I was like alive, but okay. The suspect is basically saying that he's been wanting to plant a bomb for ages, and one day he just decided to do it.
I mean, some people just want like a Birkin bag arranged. They want to buy a home, but hey, this guy, he just wants to plant a bomb.
That's what he wants.
And that's all he wants.
It's
and boy, does he get it.
And boy, does he get it. Honestly, it's just so weird, because like, anyway, we'll get into people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will get there. So now we're in Brixton. And it's a Saturday, and at this point it just says Saturday, Brixton. So I'm assuming this Saturday a bomb goes off, because why else would you be telling us all this? Yeah. But they have so much old footage, and I love all this old footage of like London in the 90s, especially when they show like black people, because it's just like raw, like we were here, we were
about.
Yeah, like we've been here, exactly. And we meet these two guys, like they're proper like London market lads, like proper like they give me proper like, East London vibes, yeah. And they used to sell like pirate CDs and DVDs, and this is like raw back before streaming days. Like
they said they had a Snoop Dogg sex tape.
Yeah,
did we even know that Snoop Dogg had a sex tape?
I did not know.
I would like to see it.
I would like to see it. Yeah, I'm sure he still got it, man. But then what are you gonna even play it on?
Like, okay, so what other celebrity sex tape would you like to see if it existed?
Tiana Taylor and Iman.
Yeah, and the other one I'd really like to see is Janae Aiko and Big Sean. I feel like they have
yeah. But I'm just more of a black people love kind of thing. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think they.
But they
great.
Are black. I mean, well, he's black.
Okay. So yeah, I think that'd be very interesting. But for me, Tiana and her man. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely.
That is so funny, because that literally came straight to my head. Like, I didn't even have to think about it.
Everyone has the same, like, everyone says the same thing. But imagine if we all think they have this fire sex life and meanwhile it's just dead.
Maybe. Everything's relative though, isn't it? So what's fire to you might not be fire to them, or might be fire to it's all subjective.
It's all relative, literally.
It's all relative, honestly. But yeah, so they had the sex tape, cool. But they basically used to sell pirate DVDs and apparently sex tapes. And their banter is just amazing to me. Like, I love them together. Like, I just love watching them together. So they're basically like, to me, this is like my favorite brand of white guy. Like, you know, like the East London, like, Cockney, like them kind of guys. Or, you know, like the big, like lumberjack, beard, ginger, farmy type guys that wear the gingham. They're just great brands of white guy. But these two remind me
of Del Boy and Rodney from Only Fools and Horses.
Okay, I can see that, but I never watched it, but I get the reference. They remind me of Pete and Bars when they were young. Like, you know, Pete and Bars are like these two old white guys, and they're drill rappers. You've seen them, you must have come across them. They're drill rappers and proper cockney, and they're amazing. They are so good. I don't know who writes for them, but they are so good.
They're actually so good.
They are really
so
good. They are amazing, and so they remind me of like probably what they were like when they were younger. And one's like short and bold, and one's like tall and skinny, and they literally like that's Pete and Buzz. But yeah, that's what they remind me of. And so next we meet another wonderful talking head. Can I just point out that this documentary, the lower thirds are non-existent. Not only are they non-existent, they don't even really mention the names of the talking heads. They just appear, and so I would describe a lot of them. Some of them you hear them mention the name. One has a lower third, and it's a really interesting person who has that lower third, but for the most part there are no lower thirds. So it's not me being lazy and not trying to give these people their flowers. I literally don't know their names. Okay, so
I liked it. It was less pressure for me, please. It was less pressure. So, I was like, this is my kind of documentary.
Girl, bye. It's Netflix. So we meet this wonderful talking head. It's an auntie who works on the market stalls, and she's working this Saturday. She's amazing. Like this afro. I said,
do you think she's African or Caribbean?
African.
Oh, I thought
definitely.
So, yeah.
I think she's definitely African. Yeah. I'm tempted to say Nigerian, but we know we love to claim everyone, so I don't want to just, you know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Ghanaian. Let them have that one.
Let them have it. Yeah.
She was so cute with her afro, man. Ooh.
She was so cute. Yeah, she really was. She was a vibe. I can just imagine her in roller skates and hot pants, like just like. With her afro just so she tells us that she's working that day, and then a customer says they hear a sound coming from a bag, and then the auntie is like, yeah, she hears it as well. And then those two guys, Pete and Bars, that we saw earlier, they're there as well, and they look in the bag, which is, first of all, I would not have done such a thing, but they look in the bag and then they see that it's a bomb, right? And I'm going to just play these guys telling the story because I don't think I can tell it as well as they tell it. So I'm going to just let it play how they describe the story happening.
No one would believe the story if you told them. I've told this story many times. That crackhead took the bomb out of the bag and nicked the bag. Nah, you're joking me. No way did it happen. Yes, I swear down it happened, man.
Even now there's crackheads.
The crackhead come from this angle. He come kind of from like around the stall, picked it up. And this time we're going, leave the fucking bag, you know, so it's a bomb, it's a bomb.
Where he's touching the bomb, everyone's gone, whoa, yeah, what are you doing, mate?
No, everyone can see the bomb now, because he took it out. It's there, it's blatantly there, and he just went like that, took the bag and walked off up the road. He wanted the bag, he just took the bag.
If I remember rightly, the street guy phoned the police come over, as the police walked over, I went, that's a bomb.
And when people say that crackheads have superpowers, like, I really believe them. Like, I think that crackheads are, like, they are a remarkable species of people. I don't know if it's a thing where, like, you just don't fear anyone. Try crack once.
I feel like we should all just start taking crack, yeah, and then like we can all be operating on that level,
on the highest
and
plane.
Then there will be no crackheads. There'll be the normals because
there'll be the normals.
Kids,
it's true.
I feel like kids are born with like some natural crack because the way they behave is crazy.
Yeah,
so
they're born with crack in their gums.
On that level,
I think, do you know what it is? I think that what crack is the loss of fear and rationality. Because if you don't fear anything, then you actually are not limited, you're not restricted. Because whether your fear is like of bumblebees or of going to jail or of losing your life, like they're all fears. And I think crack just eliminates all of that. So you just literally, like you said, you operate on the highest and dumbest plane. And perhaps those are synonymous. Perhaps that's where we need to be.
Yeah. But then also, when I was watching this documentary, I was just like, the lack of like bomb awareness is crazy to me.
Honestly.
Like everybody agreed that it was a bomb, and basically
And everyone continued, literally.
And I was just like,
no one evacuated the area. They were all just like, oh, it's a bomb.
Even see a suspicious plastic bag and not call the police. You lot all just agreed unanimously that, oh yeah, it's a bomb, and you just went about selling your porn,
they did
DVDs
call the
and fruit.
police. They did call the police, and the police came. So basically, the police came.
It was like literally a sec before it exploded.
Literally, the police came and then. And the thing, this documentary, yeah, like, you just didn't know if they were going to show the bomb explosion or not. So I was on edge this whole fucking documentary. Like, when is this explosion going to? Because some of them, like, because there were more bombs, but some of them, like, it would just be quiet, and then like, and you were just like, oh my god, like, you know a bomb is coming, but you didn't know, like. I mean, and I think that's the creepy thing about bombs as well. Like, it's like there's literally like still. And then explosion.
I always just think that, like, right before a bomb goes off, people are just doing normal shit.
You're like in the middle of a sentence.
I think about that every time I'm in London, and I'm just like, and especially there was this time where they were like, oh, the threat level for a terrorist attack is like red, and everyone be on alert. And I was just like, every time we go into work, I'll be thinking, I'm just going to work right now.
Yeah.
I'm drinking my coffee, I'm eating my croissant, whatever I'm doing, I'm listening to my podcast, and literally like.
At any moment, yeah.
At any moment, it's crazy.
It's wild. And the thing with bombs is that, like, for a long time, I didn't really understand how bombs killed people or how bombs maimed people. And I think this documentary does a good job of explaining how. And also there was one, I don't know, did you watch The Murder Among the Mormons on Netflix? Mm-mm. It's actually quite a good series. It's 3 episodes, I think. And it's about murder among Mormons. And so it's about like a bomb, but yeah, basically it's like what you put in the bomb, and then like, you know, it expels energy, and then like shrapnel basically is what kills people. So what you pack the bomb with can determine how fatal a bomb can be, which is really telling, especially in this case, because this guy was really trying to kill. Like, he really tried it, and it's like he tried so hard and he didn't even really succeed that many times, so he must have been very angry with himself. I mean, it's good that he didn't succeed.
Yeah, but the normal bombs they use, do they actually have something in them? I mean, obviously they have the explosive, but do they have like...
Yeah, they have stuff in there, yeah. So like this guy used nails, because when they explode, then the nails are flying out however long. So people use like shrapnel. I mean, I guess shrapnel is the name for the stuff that comes out of the bomb, but they can put shit in there like glass or like stones or like whatever the fuck is going to fly at high voltage, because then it's like a bullet, and then it will just dead you off, you know?
I was gonna Google some of this stuff, but
me too. But then I was like, yeah,
the FBI will be here so quickly.
I was like, I'm just gonna, and it's like people seem to just make bombs all the time. Because even remember in Manchester at the Ariana Grande concert, that guy just made a bomb and just went to the concert.
Yeah,
like, are people just out here just making bombs? Like, you don't have Netflix?
Literally, just calm. Like, you're cooking lasagna. Like, it's crazy.
Very wild. Oh, guys, I'm drinking today. I'm drinking my jammy red roux wine.
Okay, yeah. I'm drinking Gossy water. I don't know what brand that is. I don't know who that man is.
Do you know what I feel like you're doing? Water. I feel like you are basically training us, the listeners, to what's that word? Align you with drinking water, so that when you decide to be with child, we will all just be like, oh, she's been drinking water. Because the moment I say I'm drinking water, everyone's going to be like, oh, she's pregnant.
Because that wasn't really my master plan, but...
No, I've exposed it. It's fine.
Okay.
I got you. I've exposed
it. Wasn't my master plan. Like,
well, of course you're going to deny. If it was your master plan, would you admit that it was? Of course you wouldn't. So there we go.
I can't put like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Like, what the hell? Like,
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated! Did you see that tweet yesterday? Yeah, where it was Juneteenth. When was Juneteenth? The 19th. Okay, so on the 19th, it was Juneteenth. Yeah, and someone was like, "Oh, I wonder how Michael Kyle. My bad. I love him too. I wonder how Michael Scott would have acted." And then someone quote tweeted and was like, "Stanley, get up here."
Oh god! Let's do crack, not the drug.
What a show! Okay,
the episode when he was like to Stanley, get to the back of the bus, and Stanley was like, "Excuse me."
Stanley, I don't know what he's still doing there, man. But anyway, So basically, the police comes and the bomb goes off, right? So we see like actual footage of the chaos that ensues following this bomb. You get the police everywhere, emblem everywhere. We see like footage of the bomb, and it actually looked very, very mad. Like, I don't know why in London I don't take like these things seriously. I feel like everything in London is like not that deep.
I'm the same.
Do you know what I mean? It's not that deep. Like, okay, there was a bomb. Like, come on, okay, guys, cool. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was a bomb. Relax. Yeah. Whereas like if something happened in America, it's like, rah, what a bomb. It's like, everything's bigger there. Like here, it's like, okay, was it even a bomb? Was it explosion? Was it explosion? Like, I don't think it even really made. But it looked bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Was it explosion? Was it explosive? Or was it explosion?
It was explosion. Did it explode? Oh my God, did it explode?
Sorry, but like I'm listening to my dad wrote a porno, and they did the thing of like, were you silenced or were you silent?
Yeah, that was Jamie. James is so funny. Yeah, James is my favorite one, I think.
Which one is James?
James is the gay one.
Oh yeah.
Jamie is the narrator, Rocky's son, and then Alice is the girl.
I think Alice is my favorite because she has this level of like sarcasm. Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, we're on the
I like Alice, but like it doesn't always hit, like it doesn't always bang. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, whereas with James, like it every single time without fail.
It's when he's like, no, excuse me? No, sorry, what?
Yeah. Because he is us. And she's like, sorry, come again.
It's like, did I hear that?
Yeah. But then you know what it is? It's when James like preempts what Rocky's gonna say. Like he understands, or he'll explain it. Like obviously he means this.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you in the mind of Rocky? But anyway, yeah, no. I'm listening to that episode.
Say, how is he in the mind of Rocky?
Yeah.
What do you mean? How is he? Isn't he his son?
No, Jamie is his son. James is the other one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Okay, sorry guys, that was a huge diversion, but we're back, baby.
Yeah, we're not doing free promo.
We're trying to like lighten the mood. Lighten the mood. Speaking of lighten the mood, Love Island is back next Monday.
Got a text.
Message.
Quick chat by Bible.
Oh, there'll never be another Ovi again. Like, it's so sad.
I know.
They would try as they might. There will never be another one.
He is too fine. Like, it's ridiculously fine.
It doesn't make sense. Where were we even? I'm even lost now. Where were we? So the bomb. That's it. The bomb was going off. Yeah. So one of the guys, he got a nail. I think it's Pete and Bars. One of Pete and Bars got a nail in his leg. There's glass everywhere. Yeah. Auntie, thankfully, tells us that she wasn't hurt, but there were a lot of casualties. No one died, so let's just put that out there so everyone can kind of relax a little bit. No one died, but 39 people were injured, including a child who got a 4-inch nail embedded in his skull. And they show us the x-ray.
Can you imagine?
And it's like, what annoyed me about this is that there was no conclusion. Like, you didn't then say, oh, the child was okay, or the child suffered these injuries, or like you literally...
I know.
I don't know. We know that the child didn't die, but like, what... Because this nail, when they say embedded, it's like someone took a hammer and was like, bam, 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 till it entered through the skull.
Yeah, it went very deep.
Yeah. Wild.
That's like a lobotomy.
Yeah, but isn't the lobotomy when they like...
do it through the eye, actually.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's the same concept of a nail going into the brain.
Yeah, either way, yeah, because nothing should be going in there. Just knowledge. So we meet this talking head, again, no name, who tells us that this bomb was designed to kill lots of people. And that's basically him saying, like, because he would pack it with nails, so then when it would explode, it would be like nails flying at high velocity and then, like, you know, messing people up. So no one died that day, miracle. And I've got a note here again that says it's mad to me that this happened in 1999 because I was really like a person at that time. So wild. How did we not hear about this? Like, how did we never been in London this whole time and never heard about this?
I don't know, because I very much remember Diana dying, and that was before 1999, wasn't it? Wasn't it like 96 she passed?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because I remember very clearly going to is it Windsor? No, what's the castle that's in London? Buckingham Palace. With flowers sat on my dad's shoulder, and my mum.
Wait.
Yeah, I told you this story before. My mum's bestie.
That's wild.
That day, I remember the day she found out she died. She literally fell on the floor, and then next thing I know, like literally very next day, we were going to Buckingham Palace, and I kept saying, "Daddy, why is Mummy crying?" And he just said, "Shh." We were on yeah.
It's just so funny to me because that generation cannot understand celebrity culture, but that was literally their celebrity culture.
Fam, they were standing hard. Crying at the gates with flowers.
You actually left your house, so you go on the train. You go on the Jubilee line to Green Park, and you...
Literally. My sisters don't know that I literally had to walk so they could run because they don't have to go through this crap.
Oh, Lord. I know, the only can only die once, so... We meet Mike Franklin. I only know his name because we see footage of him back in the day on the news. He's part of the Community Police Consultative Group, which just sounds like a whole bunch of what the fuck. But he's part of this group. Yeah. It's like Neighborhood Watch, I assume. But
yeah, I guess.
But whatever. So we see footage of him back in the day.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Yeah, literally. Literally. So in the background is like Pizza Hut. Did you see the Pizza Hut in the background of this clip?
Yes. And I was like, I could go for a slice.
Literally, I was like, I was going to say Ginny Lemon, fancy a slice. But anyway, I was going to say, first of all, is Pizza Hut still around? Like, they are, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But they don't, oh my gosh, they don't have the dining experience anymore. Then you go in, it was a thing.
And you had like the salad bar and everything.
Yes, and then you had the unlimited ice cream.
Yeah,
I'll never forget because that Edgware High Street where that Isgara is now.
Yeah,
and then there's some massive it used to be Pizza Hut.
Did it?
It used to be yes, it used to be Pizza Hut.
I remember there was one in Harrow. There was one in St. George's. Or was it St. Anne's? One of them.
That used to be Pizza Hut. That thing used to
that whole thing.
And then you go in.
The fall of Pizza Hut should be investigated.
I remember exactly where the ice cream machine was. It's great. I don't even know why because it's on. Well, I wouldn't say it's on par, but it's similar to flipping Prezzo and them, man. So I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like they also kind of lost themselves. So that was him back in the day. And then we see him present day just saying, people lost limbs, people went deaf, they went blind. Like it wasn't just a loud bang, like it really affected people.
Yeah.
And I felt like he was atting me at that point because I literally was like, okay, this bomb.
Literally indirecting.
Literally, I was like, just say my name then. Because it wasn't just a loud bang. It literally was devastating. And so Mike says that he immediately thought it was a racist attack because it was Brixton and Brixton was the home of the blacks, but the police were keeping an open mind. Okay, no one's really monitoring the far right, although everyone knows that the far right are doing what they're doing, and they had this operation called Searchlights, which infiltrated fascist groups. And then we go back basically to the guy from the beginning who goes undercover for Searchlights in the far-right fascist groups. So now we're basically back to the beginning.
This was very wild for me because why would you just take a civilian off the streets that comes and says to you, I want to go undercover, and you just let him go undercover?
Thank you very much.
He could have been one of the crazies.
He could have been a double agent.
Fam, do you remember that episode of...
Literally, he could have been a double agent.
Yeah, no.
And low-key, maybe
absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, it's wild. Very, very wild. So this guy goes undercover in the BNP in 1999. For anyone who doesn't know, the BNP is the British National Party, which sounds very innocent, but no, it is not.
Yes, it does. It just sounds like I would join it. I'm British, I'm just a national, it's just a party.
Exactly. It sounds
not a party,
very
woo-woo, but just a British party just about being British.
A couple of Brits,
Yeah, literally, but boy,
it sounds so innocent. Skinhead their whole bag is basically to stop immigration and then send immigrants home. It's basically their vibe. That's their bag. And so the guy in the party video is basically the equivalent of "Let's make Britain great again." He literally says, "Put the great back into Britain." It's like, Trump, babes, is that you? How did you get here? Kind of thing.
You?
So so they, like we were saying, they portray this really lawful, patriotic party, but in their meetings, they distribute Nazi propaganda. They're racist. They're anti-Semitic. And the guy is saying to us, the undercover spy guy is basically saying to us, it's crazy because from the first day, you see them being so anti-Semitic and racist and just basically everything wrong. And it's we
and
actually see...
usually you try to ease recruits in. If you were going to recruit me into this kind of thing and you hit me with Nazi propaganda, I'm going to be whoa,
slow down
at
there.
Least let's start with calling people
bitches and hoes.
Maybe that's
literally,
and then we take it from there. But
yeah.
this is wild, and it just shows how depraved people really were at the time.
It does, and also how they still are, because we see footage of these people, and a lot of these people, so imagine it's 1999, a lot of these people look like they're in their 20s, their 30s. These men are very much still alive, and it's like, how many of you really have changed your ways or no longer feel the way that you feel? That you guys are around, you've procreated most likely, and brought more little ones of you. So it's like, you guys are actually like, that's someone's granddad in those clips.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why I don't always feel like, oh, old people are so cute and stuff, because a lot of them have done some shit in their lives.
Yeah, they've done things.
And we meet one of them. Bruh. Okay, so we hear more from this interview, you know, the tape recording interview of the suspect, and he's basically saying rights for whites. Okay, fine. His whole thing is he doesn't understand why everything needs to be equal, because it demeans him as a white man. So his aim is to plant a bomb every week. They ask him why he puts nails in the bombs, and he says because it meant they'd smash through the windows, they'd stick into people, they'd maim people, they'd kill people. Which, I mean, it makes perfect sense, because if your aim is to kill people, you want to make this bomb as deadly as possible. But he just said it so calmly. Yeah. Like, I'm like, sir, like, do you hear the words that you're saying?
Fact, like, why do you?
Now, why else would I do it?
Cheese and the mac and cheese, yeah. Like,
yeah, because I want it to be cheesy.
Yeah.
Very weird. Very, very weird. So now it's 7 days after the first bombing, and we're in Brick Lane. And again, it's 5:30. It was 5:30 last time. I don't know if I mentioned that. But then, bam, car bomb. Like, it just explodes out of nowhere. And then, bam, chaos ensues.
If there was anyone in that car, though.
That's what I don't think anyone, because no one died in that one. But I don't think anyone was even hurt in this one.
Yeah.
Thank God. But it's just crazy, because you see the CCTV, and it's just like still. Nothing's really happening. A couple of people walking around, and then like just all of a sudden. I think it's just how sudden bombs are. Like,
yeah, no warning.
Yeah, it's not like there's like a small fire, there's a bit of smoke, and then pow. It literally is just like 1 minute you're fine, next minute bomb. Like,
kaboom.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So Brick Lane has a large ethnic community. There's lots of like Bengali people there. You get really good like curries and Indian food there, that kind of thing. So Brick Lane has got a really like ethnic vibe. Like, there's loads of Bengali people there, loads of like, you know, Indian restaurants, curries, that kind of vibe. Like, it's known for that. So the Brixton had the blacks, and then Brick Lane had Bengali people there. So all of these people are not white, basically.
Yeah.
And so thankfully no one died in the Bengali attack, in the Brick Lane attack. But at this point, it's like, come on, they're clearly racially motivated. Like,
yeah,
come on. Like, what are you guys still keeping an open mind about? Like, can you not see what is happening here? When a black man is crossing the street doing nothing, you don't keep an open mind about that. You think he's gang affiliated. When blacks are being killed, then it's like, oh, let's see, it could be something else. So we meet a guy from a newspaper who received threats from a group called the White Wolves. Why did this remind me of Game of Thrones? Or was it White Walkers? Whatever they were.
It's White Walkers, but there were wolves, dire wolves as well.
And so the police officers...
Sorry, happy belated Father's Day to Ned Stark. And also Rob. Because Rob almost was a daddy, but they killed him at the Red Wedding.
So he wasn't a father then?
But his wife was pregnant. They murdered them in the most brutal way. I'm telling you, Don't make me relive my trauma. Can we continue, please?
I was trying. So
this is a very traumatic experience for me. Okay.
So the police don't care, and neither do I, about Game of Thrones. So we see Tony Blair on the news, just basically chatting shit. I just put that in there because it's just a reminder that he was once the Prime Minister of these here United Kingdoms. So yeah, I thought I'd just put that on there.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I grew up liking him the way that liked Bill Clinton, because you were told that they
just seemed like nice guys.
People's Party, yeah. He was literally, for me, he was the UK equivalent of Bill Clinton. Like, I had the same feelings.
Yeah.
But as I've grown up, I fucking hate them both.
Well, men. So the police start doing some work, finally, and they're looking through CCTV. They find this suspicious guy, but the CCTV is shit, and they couldn't enhance it.
I feel so bad for UK police in the sense that, like, okay, let me also feel bad, redact that take that shit out. I mean, there must be some UK police who actually are intelligent and do their job.
And care.
But like, I just have this like, you guys are just like blundering fools. Like that's the vibe I have.
It's because of all the like
these yard Dave and
that's what I'm saying. It's because of all the like media representation. You just see them with those hats. You know those like hats that they have when they're walking. And just, like, you just think like, sir, come on, you're wearing a costume. Like, are you even here to work or are you
literally
here to dress up?
What I wear for Halloween. Like, yeah.
So no offense to the police, but these police, they just so basically they have the CCTV. The CCTV is shit. Mike is the guy, the black guy, the assistant to the regional manager guy, and he is working with the police. And he says that they should put the shit picture out because if you know him, you're gonna know that that's him, which I kind of understand because I could see like a very very blurred, pixelated picture or friends and be like, bitch, what are you doing on TV?
You tried it.
Literally.
No, ain't that you on BBC Three?
Exactly. I'd be like, have you seen? So the police are like, no, it's a grainy image. And I think the police's thoughts are like, we don't want false leads or we don't want to, you know, tip the guy off or we don't want basically people wasting our time saying it's this guy when it's not. But Mike is kind of like, look, okay, sis, well, you guys are here trying shit. This guy's preparing his next bomb. So it's just really like, you really don't want to put this picture out. And they don't put it out, okay? So we're back with our undercover spy. And he's trying to figure out who the bomber is. But no, because I say spy, because he was like, there's a bit where he's like, yeah, you know, I always really wanted to be a spy when I was younger. And I really wanted to... I was like, sir,
he seems a bit unstable.
He seems unhinged. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, we get back into that because okay. There's spying and then there's like spying. So, yeah. So he is trying to like, you know, act all like, oh my God, this is amazing. Who did this bomb? That's so great. I want to find out who he is. I want to kiss his ring or whatever, yeah. And I just struggle to believe that he didn't low-key become a racist fascist while he was around all these people. Like, I don't think it's possible for you to be around these people and be like indoctrinated and still have your wits about you. Because even people who go into normal police operations, to like infiltrate the mafia or whatever, like they can get fucked up. Like they can look at Pimento, fam. Yeah. He went undercover one time and he lost his fucking mind, and he's never been the same.
Pimento. I should know this. Oh, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Well done, we got there. I was just looking at her like, are we friends? Are we friends?
Sorry, that thing you said about kiss the ring. What beef happened recently where somebody was like, I didn't ask you to kiss the ring or something like that?
No, I don't remember. It's a Twitter beef.
Oh, it was Chimamanda versus...
everyone.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Chimamanda and Piers Morgan versus everyone.
I wish he hadn't co-signed her. I really wish he hadn't. I really wish.
That's the end. It's the end.
It's the end. There's certain people that when they co-sign you, even if what you're saying makes sense, it
no longer makes sense.
Yeah,
it no longer makes sense.
Oh God.
It's sad. It's a sad way to go out with.
It's a sad way going out sad.
Yeah.
Like the City Girls.
Whew. Girl. If I tell you turn kiss me right now, JT, you'll do it.
Okay.
How can you chat to you like that in public? And you're just having
bad. Like literally stocks dropping all over the gaff. It's crazy.
There is no such love. There is no such love. So yeah, I'm basically thinking this guy definitely became a racist, a fascist.
At the very least, he's absolutely fucked by the end of this. Like,
there's no way. Least. Literally, and it's like as I'm typing this into my notes, our director goes,
"Did you feel yourself being brainwashed?"
I'd love to say I thought it was all bullshit, but yeah, definitely, yeah, they indoctrinated me. Yeah, it was like yes, I doubted the Holocaust happened.
And so this is what I mean. Like, clearly, like sometimes you can really be in too deep. And like, there's no way that you're coming out the same way that you went in. Like, there's no way. Like, I hope to God that he is in some kind of therapy. But even still, it's like the things that you've seen and the things that you've done. And even though you tell yourself you're doing it for a good reason, you have to reckon with the things that you've done. Do you get what I mean? Like, by being undercover. So it's like, how do you then separate the person who did those things from the person that you believe that you are? Like, I don't know. It's not for everyone.
All I know is that he should not have been doing it. Why they let a civilian off
any guy? What training did he have?
Fam. This really shows me that I really can be anything I want to be.
Listen, I was watching this show, me and Vicky started watching this like jewelry competition show. You know, I love me a competition show. Anyway, the host is this like white woman. I think she's from Canada. And there was this...
Does she say house?
Yeah, I hadn't heard her say about... She hadn't said that word yet, so I couldn't quite... That's the only way I know for sure. But she just didn't... It wasn't really American. It was kind of like, you know? So then there was this Tamil woman, and she was like struggling with the task, and she was really like, you know, freaking out about it. And then she was like doubting herself. And then the white woman was like to her, do you think a white man would doubt himself in this situation right now? And she was like, no, you're right. And I was like, literally from now on, I aspire to have the audacity of a white man. Yeah, I aspire to have the audacity of a white man in every situation.
Yeah, there's nothing I can't do. This guy woke up one day, no training, fuck all, said I want to be a spy, and he was a spy. Like, why can't I be the next Mariah Carey if that's what I want to be?
Exactly. And Boris woke up one day, he's a president.
He said, I'm not going to comb my hair, I'm not going to tailor my suit. I'm going to be a baby daddy to kids I don't claim, and he's doing the damn thing.
I really think that like they had like an Eton group chat, and then they were like, "Oh, I bet you won't be prime minister. I bet you £45 you won't be." And then he's like, "Oh, watch," and then he became prime minister, and now they're just laughing about it in the group chat.
Literally, he's like, "Oh well, I did bet you that I couldn't shag a pig and I shagged, and now you can't be PM."
Oh, I'll double that bet.
I'll double it. Oh, you're on 40k. Okay, I bet you the track and trace.
Yeah, track and trace. We'll get your money back soon enough. Track and trace. I don't know why we've made
this
them
is literally UK politics. No, but that is the essence of UK politics.
So, yeah, I mean, I make a note here about, again, outrage that there's no lower thirds. But when it comes to John Tyndall, BNP leader, that's when we get a lower third, because they really want us to know this man's name, okay? One of our talking heads, again without a lower third, accurately describes John Tyndall.
Tyndall was a magnet for misfits, lunatics and losers, really.
Which I think was a really concise way of saying it. I mean, this guy's also a loser, we found out later, but like, he's right about John Tyndall.
Mm-hmm. He literally is Trump, because that's what Trump was as well in America.
Yeah, he is. He's Trump. He says that these kind of people that like are attracted to him are easy to control. So like they're great for him. Like they're the kind of people that would like be in a cult. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. And he's very like, John Tyndall is very like Brexit means Brexit vibes. Like he has a very violent rhetoric about immigrants and he like rile up all these like violent white racist men. And he would like, they would just go out and attack non-whites and beat them up and kidnap them. So we find that this, I had to kind of go back a couple times because the talking head, the guy who's telling us these things and he's basically chatting shit about John Tyndall, reveals, kind of, but not really, we put two and two together, we get four, that he was also one of these guys, that he used to go out in his van and kidnap black people and beat them up.
And I still feel like this guy is racist. I just feel like
it doesn't go away. That's what I'm saying.
He's not as
radical.
I don't want to say bad. Yeah, as radical as he used to.
But I think that came with age. Racist, I don't think it's because he's become a good person.
No, it's not understanding.
I think he just isn't. He cannot be beating up black guys anymore. He just doesn't have it in him anymore. As in the physicality is lost.
Yeah.
And this is what I was saying about people in those videos. It's like they're all still here and alive, and I'm sure they still have the views, but maybe it's not as accepted or as acceptable to be so public about these views. And also, they don't have like the vim anymore to kind of like be this way, so loudly racist.
I agree.
Because all this time we're chatting shit about John Tyndall, and you were out here kidnapping my uncles and aunties to beat them up.
Literally.
Unprovoked.
Unflipping provoked.
It's crazy because even like I remember when we were looking for places to move to, like Finn would say to me like, we're not moving there. Like people used to get, and even I remember my friend, like my black male friends from South London, were like, like talking about what times they've been like chased by like white guys because they were in the not wrong ends, as in like gang shit. Yeah, not like postcode wars, but like, oh shit, you just know that if you go down this way, that's where like all the white, what they call them, the
skinheads.
Well, yeah, but what do they call them? They're like a party. I don't know. Anyway, them man, maybe it's the white wolves. Them white wolves adjacent. Them man, like they would just like chase you. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, it's really sad to think that like you actually are just a black person living your life, and then some random white guy comes in a van to kidnap you. Like anyway, we're back to the tape, and this guy is basically like the white wolves are trying to like claim that they did the bombings, which is very like cheeky. Like, come on, babes, you know you didn't do the bombings, you know. And this guy is like, no, I did them. I'm not aligned with them. Like, this is me, myself, and I'm doing it. I want to start a race war. And also, this guy is 22 years old, and he's been planning this for 2 years. It's like, how you hate someone so much that like you're spending so much time trying to like destroy them. Like, it's like, are you jobless? You must be.
It's good to be lazy. It's good to be lazy though, because okay, I hate you. Just let me hate you. I have other things.
I don't even have the energy to hate you, man. It's cool. It is what it is.
Legit.
Yeah. So we meet another nameless talking head. And this person is basically saying that everyone was worried about when the next attack would be, which makes sense because it's been 2 consecutive weeks and it's been 2 bombs and, you know, it's kind of scary. So they were thinking, you know, would it be Chinese people? Would it be Jewish people? No one really knew, but no one also thought they would be gay people because the attack seemed so focused on race. Mm-hmm. So we learned that Soho is a very popular gay area. They've got lots of gay venues, and the talking head describes, you know, you feel kind of free, and it's like you can just be you. But the police had warned them, like, listen, be careful, because clearly this bomber kind of hates everyone that's different to them. So the undercover guy is out here doing his job, his self-assigned, self-appointed, self-qualified job, and he he refers to this guy known as Dave from Barking. Barking, for anyone who doesn't know, is an area in East London. From Barking, 7 a.m. in the morning. Do you think that they started the gentrification of Barking because of that song?
Possibly.
So they bond. So the undercover spy and Dave from Barking.
Totally Spy Girls. What was that show again?
Totally Spies was a great show. An amazing show.
They had fashions.
They did. I feel like some cartoons were like, I would watch them today and be like, yeah, this is a lit show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally Spies by Ginger.
Yeah.
My dad used to watch that. It was so lit. He used to watch it religiously.
Yeah, and they try to act as if it's because you're there that they're watching it, and it's like, I am your alibi.
He would never do that. He would fully on like full. But to be fair, it dealt with a lot of adult themes, so he full on watched it. And there was another one, not Recess.
I loved Recess though.
Recess was good as well. Disney Channel used to be so fucking good. What is it now? What actually is it now?
I remember when like one time we didn't have Disney Channel. My parents were not paying for that shit, and then one day I went on. It was like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and I just clicked on it for some reason because we never had the channel, and I don't know what possessed me. I clicked on it, and then it worked. And I remember calling my sister like, "Oh my god, we have Disney Channel." She's like, and I remember that from that day, like my life changed. I don't know what the hell happened.
So wait, how comes you had it?
I don't know. I didn't ask questions. I just enjoyed the free Disney.
And there was another show as well, which was like I definitely shouldn't have been watching. It was called Total Drama Island.
Oh, I've not heard of that one.
That was good. It wasn't Disney Channel. I think it was Disney Channel, but that was really good. It was like Love Island, but cartoon. It was funny.
Oh, that is so funny.
And then it was Fillmore. Fillmore
was amazing.
Yeah.
And he was so like dramatic. He's like, right, time to save the day.
Literally.
It was like, he didn't even really have eyes. He just had like slits.
Literally just as...
And then his glasses.
He just had glasses.
Yeah, but he had like little lines in his glasses that would like blink. I remember when like my dad, he cancelled the Trouble channel. Well, he didn't cancel it, but he didn't like us watching it because it was called Trouble. And he's like, is it Trouble that you want to be? Eh? Why are you watching? And literally, and Trouble had everything. Trouble had one-on-one, half and half, wife and kids. Everything.
Literally.
Everything.
Half and half was so lit.
Half and half. Yeah, half and half.
Literally, I just want to go back to...
Discovery.
I just want to go back
finding
to that.
You and finding me, finding you and finding me. Now that I have someone special. I don't know if I can put that one on our playlist. I don't think it's on Spotify.
No, okay, cool. Let's just go back to Doctor. You've had your moment. Everyone knows you can sing.
I don't know how you can like have the half an hour and not sing the theme tune. The theme tune is so amazing.
I know, but I don't remember it.
Okay, no, I'll send you a voice note singing
I
it
remember
later.
1-on-1.
Sometimes it's fun when you feel like by yourself. Check 1, 2.
Check 1, 2.
When I can't trust no one else. So I isolate
I remember the Mariah and Kids. It wasn't a theme tune. It was just like a little sound.
Yeah.
It was like.
They had like a couple of them that they would like. Yeah, but it was great. It was good though. It was really subtle. Because then you just had enough time to like run into the room and be like, it's starting. No,
I don't know why they never finished it. The last episode, Jay found out she was pregnant.
Yeah,
why
that
did they fucking get cancelled? Yeah.
I don't know. But sometimes I feel like
I don't know how we went from bombing to this, but okay.
We're just trying to lighten the reads. But I do think that with Mariah and Kids, like sometimes like with shows, it's better that they just end than they like die like a slow, painful death.
Yeah. Definitely, that's true. I could do with a reunion though. I guess it wouldn't be practical.
Yeah, everyone's old now.
Yeah.
Oh, great show. We just gotta live with the memes. All right, so we're in Soho. Oh yeah, that's how we got into it. So basically, Dave from Barking and Undercover Spy. Oh yeah, because it was Undercover Spy, Totally Spies, and that's how we got here. Okay. So they bond and they talk about music and racism, like literally. Like the guy's like, yeah, we used to talk about like music and like racism, and I was like, okay, right.
Good to know that racists like music, I guess.
Well, imagine like you make music, yeah, or like you, like say for example this podcast, and we find out that like R. Kelly listens to this podcast, and he's like, yes, it's my favorite podcast. I would have to stop speaking forever.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't like it because we talk about his actions too much, him being shit.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
That's okay. A tough one.
That means I know that I'm doing the right thing. So we're back to the interview. I kind of like the way they kind of like intersperse the interview within this because it kind of like lets you see, the mind of the mad guy. So the suspect is explaining that after the Brick Lane bomb, he goes to Soho. So basically, literally, he drops off the Brick Lane bomb and he goes from that place, he goes to Soho to do what he calls recon. So basically, trying to like suss out the area, kind of see where he's going to target next. He wants to make sure that he's going after the right pub because he wants to make sure it's a queer pub or a gay pub or whatever. That's a quote. So the interviewer asked if he has a problem with the gays. And this guy is like, yeah, I'm very homophobic.
I chose the gays because I hate them. That was personal.
The tape doesn't pick this up, but when we speak to you about the gays, you have to close your eyes, and you seem quite intense there, David.
Yeah, I just don't like them. I just don't like them, yeah? I'm completely straight, yeah? Don't worry about that.
No, it's not a problem, but it upsets you. Now, I don't know why it upsets you. It upsets you enough to plant a bomb.
He's like, he doesn't even know why he doesn't like gay people. Like, he cannot come up with any reason at all. And to be honest, there is no reason.
I think he was like sexually abused. I got that vibe. You didn't get that vibe.
My whole thing was like,
because he was getting so angry.
He was getting really right. So my whole thing was that like there is no reason that he could have said as to why he hates the gays that would explain hating gay people, right? But he couldn't even think of one. Because even when people try and do it under the guise of like, oh yeah, well, in my religion it's against blah 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 blah, right? That to me is not reason enough to hate a group of people.
But there's a bit where he was like, I don't feel like talking about it.
He basically was like,
that's what made me feel like.
Yeah, the hate is kind of irrational. He says this thing where he's like, oh, I'm completely straight, don't worry about that. Do you remember that bit? So it's like, I don't know if it's that like I thought it was more he had like a sexual gay encounter that I didn't think in the way that you think in that it was like, oh, he was abused. It could very, very much be that. I thought it was like one of those ones where like he had like a gay encounter and he enjoyed it, but he hated himself for enjoying it. And so now it's like, it's like that self-hate. I hate the gay people because they basically remind me, or they're celebrating what it is I hate about myself. Yeah, that's more what I suspected from it. But I mean, we'll never know. So yeah. Yeah, either way, it's crazy. Like, there's no reason why anyone being anything should upset you so much that you plant a bomb.
Yeah.
Like, people are out here raping people,
homophobia
killing
makes
kids,
no
and
sense
you don't
to
have
me.
any vim for these kind of people. But someone is just out here living their life. They just happen to be a man that loves men, and that is enough for you to want to kill them.
To die on.
Like, honestly, it's like, just shut the fuck up. So yeah, that was a Thursday, and we see, so basically it's been Saturday, next week, Saturday, next week, Thursday, right? So this is all within like 3 weeks. We see better CCTV of the guy, and the image is circulated. So now we know this guy's called David Copeland, and he thinks that he's like, oh shit, he's been caught. So he goes home, okay? But then he's like, oh shit, no one's actually coming after me. So he's like, let me just continue making this bomb. And then he makes the bomb, then he leaves it in Soho, where he, planned it before. He sets the timer for 6:30 the next day, which is Friday. So now it's Friday. We're in Soho. We meet another nameless talking head who's kind of explaining this Friday. It's a bank holiday weekend. The weather is great. And you just know that, like, when the weather in London is nice, you just have to cop DM.
Do you remember that song? It's like, the sun is shining and the weather is good.
Yeah.
That's the song that came to my mind.
Yeah, literally, the weather's great. And you know, in London, if the weather's good, like, just
lap it up, mate.
Enjoy it. When the weather was good for like 4 days, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what, I don't have enough summer dresses. So what did I do? I went to go and buy some summer dresses. And has the sun shone since? It has not.
Someone was like, they literally put away all their hoodies and then it started raining and people are turning on their heaters. What a fucking life, mate. What a life.
I'm tired. Where would I even go? Like, I keep saying I'm tired of this place. Where am I going to go? Where am I go? Where am I actually going to go?
Where are you going to go?
Sigh. So this guy, this talking head, the way they film it, they don't show his whole body. So I'm like, okay, cool, he's definitely lost a limb and he was at this pub. Like, I can't watch things anymore without like analysing them. Like, I can't just watch it and like let it unfold. Like, I literally was looking at the shot and I was like, okay, this guy's lost a limb. Because why are they showing us like this? They didn't show anyone else like this.
Oh no, I didn't think that. I noticed that he had 3 fingers on one hand. And it was really weird because you could have missed it because he didn't have 3. You know, usually when you lose like a finger, there's like it literally just looked like he was only ever born with 3 fingers. I wonder how they did that.
Yeah, I didn't clock that. I just thought, yeah, this guy's probably lost a limb because why they showing it like this?
He must have hella phantom limb issues though.
Yeah.
Do you have phantom limb issues? Because I do.
Well, no, because I have all my limbs.
I'm convinced that I was born with like an extra finger here. And it either like my body absorbed it in the womb or they secretly cut it off and didn't tell me. Because I'm telling you, I get an itch. It's frustrating.
But is that what phantom limb is like? Is it an itch or is it pain?
No, it's an itch. So if you have it's not just an itch. If you have a phantom limb, it's like because the nerve endings are still there or whatever it is. So you'll still like, so if your leg gets cut off, you still have like the urge to itch the part of the leg that doesn't exist. Whenever I tried to ask my mum, she just rolls her eyes. I think it was.
Yeah, but you would see, because even if they like, sometimes so basically when I went to school, one of the schools I went to, one of the primary schools I went to as a child, there was this girl and we called her Two Thumb Girl because she had 2 thumbs on one hand.
I had a guy that had 2 thumbs in my school.
Yeah, so it was like a thumb and then like a little mini thumb from that thumb. So they called her Two Thumb Girl. And I remember there's this rumour that she...
Kids are horrible.
So horrible. There was this rumor that she like spat in the ketchup. I don't know why. Like, and why are these the things that I remember?
Nobody wanted to use the ketchup.
Yeah. So what happened now? Yeah. So basically, I think I remember. I don't know if she said that. I don't know that we ever spoke, but basically, I remember there being talk of like they can like tie the mini thumb. And then like basically starve it of oxygen and then it falls off. But if that were to happen, then you would have a reminder. There would be like a stub or something there. So do you have said stub?
No. So I think what happened was I had grown, or I was starting to grow an extra limb or finger.
And then it just stopped.
And then it stopped and then my body just like, you know how Dwight said he reabsorbed his twin?
Oh, his twin?
Yeah, I think my body just like
resorbed
and then it didn't exist, but I'm convinced because I can feel the itch And whenever I ask my mum,
How
she
often
just
does
rolls
the
her
itch
eyes.
happen?
It's not often. I'd say like in a year it might happen 3 times. And
Has it
it
happened?
goes
Has
like,
it happened already this year? It should have happened at
yeah,
least once by now, going by your judging.
yeah, it
Okay,
has.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, well, you learn something new every day. This guy actually lost limbs though, so we're gonna focus on him.
You fucking bitch.
So this guy basically goes to the pub that day. Okay, we get more from the interview. We learn that David Copeland that day goes into the pub to leave the bomb, and also kind of just to see how many people were gonna be there, and he's really happy because there's so many people there. He leaves the bomb and then he leaves. So we're back to our guy, and I wish I knew these names because
And I was thinking, do you know what I was thinking? I was thinking like that moment where he had, because it was tight, when he got the drink and he left and he was saying he was struggling to get out. I was thinking, you're very stupid, because what if you had been unable to leave?
Yeah.
I mean,
But I honestly feel like he would have been fine. He would have been worth it.
Yeah,
This
his
is the
mission would
only
have been complete.
Yeah, this is the only bomb that he made that actually like took lives. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So he we're back to the guy who was at the pub. And it's really annoying that they don't actually say these names because there's all these survivors and things, and we're not able to give. I mean, to be honest, maybe they didn't want their names on there. That could also be part of it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So this guy orders a beer, and then he's like, before he can even drink the beer, there's an explosion. He couldn't hear anything, but he just felt really, really strange. And he's describing it like he just feels weird, like where he thinks the bar is, it isn't. He can't really see anything. And then like he sees this woman looking down on him, and he can't hear what she's saying, but he just knows that she's screaming. And he doesn't really remember much of anything else. So now we see a wide shot of this guy, and we see that he's had one of his legs amputated. He explains having these like weird dreams about like rats and stuff when he was taken to the hospital. And he basically was like pumped with like drugs and painkillers and stuff. And he said he was having these like weird dreams about like rats dressed as humans and like weird things. And he also found out that a lot of casualties from that bomb had these like weird infections, and they later learned that this David Copeland guy, this fucking guy had first of all, he had pet rats, and second of all, he let them run over all the like bomb parts and urinate and defecate all over them before putting them in the bomb.
I don't even think that he did it in the thing like, oh, I'm gonna do this, because he even knew like what he was doing. I think he just is dirty, and then the rats just did it. I don't see him being intelligent enough to think infection. Worse.
Yeah, that's true. But I think it's just a disgusting.
And I don't think they were pet rats. I think he just had rats at his house.
Because pet means to like take care of and to look after, and I don't know he was capable of that. Okay, so this next bit's kind of heavy. So we will wrap for you afterwards, okay? So we learn about this one victim who's taken to hospital and he's unconscious. He wakes up a few days later and then the doctor has to tell him that 2 of his friends had died as a result of the bomb, and also his wife and unborn child had also died. Which is like, what the fuck do you do? So you've been victim of this bomb and you wake up. Your wife's not here, your child's not here, 2 of your friends are gone. Like you
remain. And you just keep thinking to yourself, if we had just gone to a different fucking bar that day, you will replay every decision you made that led you to that place.
And this is kind of similar. It reminded me of, remember last week's episode? Yeah, last week's episode, the Louis Theroux one about motherhood. Yeah, when that lady was sexually assaulted and her husband was supposed to pick her up, but he was late. And it's like, it doesn't matter that you went to this bar or the decision. It does matter that you went to the bar, because obviously if you weren't there, that would have happened. But also, if that man decided not to make a bomb and leave it there, then it wouldn't have happened. And that is the bigger issue here. Do you get what I mean? So it's just, it's so hard. I don't know how he, like, continues with life or reconciles what's happened or... It's crazy, man.
There's none, yeah.
So yeah, 3 people died. I mean, they say 3 people died, but then technically it's 4 because the unborn child also died. So yeah, they do say that they think that his wife died instantly, which at least, you know, she didn't suffer. But still, it's just like proper sad. Yeah, proper sad. And so this David Copeland is just such a dickhead. Like dickhead isn't even strong enough, because this is actually like malice and intentional.
There
like, you're
aren't
not
any
just
words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's saying that he hoped that he would get caught so that he could be famous. And he's like, oh, if no one remembers who you were, then you never existed. And he says he did all of this because of fear, resentment, and hatred. And it's like, sir, like, just shut up. Literally, just shut the fuck up.
Shut the entire hell up.
So we're now 13 months later, and then his trial is starting. And he's basically denying the murder charges. He's claiming diminished responsibility, which is basically like trying to say, like, oh, yeah, you were mad. Like, insanity or whatever defense, yeah. So it's like, you're out here trying to be remembered for existing and doing all this stupid shit, and now you're trying to claim, oh, that you were mad because you didn't know what you were doing. And it's like, no, you very much knew exactly what you were doing. You even went to do surveillance on the place before you left the bomb there. Like, you know exactly what you were doing. This is not, a mistake or an accident or whatever. So we're back to that guy who used to kidnap black people and beat them up, that's now allegedly reformed, yeah. So he tells us that he decides... Everyone here is just taking up these roles that they don't need to be taken up, but okay. He writes to David...
You can really tell he's feeling so, like, smug with himself. Like, yeah, I did that shit.
Yeah, look at me,
and
exactly.
The thing that pisses me off about what he said is like, oh yeah, like, for me, one thing is you can't kill women and children. And it's like, this guy had killed all these other, well, not killed, but hurt all these other ethnic minorities. But
exactly,
and it's not to say that the women and children are not valid, but it just goes to say he's still flipping racist, because it's that woman, a white woman, and a baby's killed, that you're like, oh, like, suddenly,
exactly,
like,
this is where you draw the line.
So if he hadn't killed those people, you would have been calm with him getting off.
Exactly. Just like you don't value human life. Like, you value specific lives that you deem worthy. Yeah. Which is like, just shut the fuck up, man. So yeah, he basically catfishes David and pretends to be this woman called Patsy and gets him to admit that, like, he knew what he was doing. Basically, that's what he does. And it's like, okay, great. So now we're getting to the end of the documentary, and David Copeland gets 6 life sentences, which is like incredible scenes. Very glad to see that.
Yeah. Especially in this UK.
Especially in this UK. So we find out that other undercover spy guy, his name is Arthur. I don't know why they just revealed this at the end. I don't know, is that even his real name? His real name. Exactly. So why did they even give him a name right at the end? Like, they didn't call him anything the whole time, and then like 2 minutes at the end they give him Arthur, and I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, why did you even bring this up?
You are so dumb. Get the hell out. Get off my line.
So Arthur helped to identify...
That's another cartoon my dad used to bang.
Oh no, that was a really good one though. It was on like, do you remember Mona the Vampire? Do you remember Mona the Vampire?
Yes, Mona the Vampire.
It was on, like, I remember we used to get home from school. Oh my god, do you remember that?
Every day after school. Yeah.
Do you remember that that
and Myrtle the, like, dumb witch or something?
No, do you remember that I used to want to be on it so much. I don't know what it's called, but it was like a game show, and they had like slime. It was like, oh no, it wasn't slime. It was the one with the raven. Oh, what's it called?
Oh, and it had, the Raven. Wasn't it called the Raven? The Black Raven.
Was it called the Raven? I don't know. I feel like it had a better name. There were 2. I'm confusing 2 shows. One was the Raven, because you had to really use your mind for that one, and then one was like the other one where it had like slime and stuff, and you'd like jump around and do shit.
I don't know about the slime, but I remember the Raven one. And then there was like, really wasn't it Arthur's Watch or something like that?
Bernard's Watch. That was amazing. I would give
you didn't used to watch the witch show where she was like this terrible witch that worked in went to school, and she was really, really bad.
No, I'm sure my mum blocked that one. She didn't let me watch Harry Potter.
No, it was on the same channel. Oh, maybe she blocked it, I don't know.
I don't remember no witch.
Okay.
Yeah, so Arthur, the spy guy, helped to identify David Copeland and also helped to prevent the BNP from taking hold of power. Everyone's like, yeah, okay, cool, fine. Like, I hear that, everyone's trying to add to what a great job he did, but like, sorry, what were his qualifications? And is he okay now? Is he in therapy? And definitely if not, why not? Because he needs help. But yeah, that's the documentary. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
This has been our longest episode for a while. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we did it justice, but still watch it.
I think you should definitely watch it. Yeah, I think you should definitely watch it. It was really interesting. I'm really glad that we did this one, I think it's limited series as well. So not series, a limited documentary. So get on it quick.
Catch it whilst you can.
Exactly. What are we doing next? Next, we are doing. I'm really excited for this one. It's called Outrage. It's about politicians who, well, let's not give away too much. The trailer will give away all. But yeah, I'm really excited to do this one.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yes. All right, boys
So
and girls.
where can people then find us?
On Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. There's another one. YouTube. Oh, I've not uploaded anything on YouTube in a long time, guys. So sorry. I mean, if you're here, you don't really need the YouTube, do you? But sorry to the YouTube man. But then they wouldn't be here. Anyway, do you know what? Either way.
It's Two Girls One Doc.
It really is. 2 Girls One Doc with an underscore on TikTok. Where can they find you? Besides Nigeria.
402 underscores on Instagram and Twitter, and at the end of the aisle. Oh, and
her other podcast, Character
Replay.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at BD on Eyewear, and also bdoneyewear.com. Yeah, I'm going to play the trailer for Outrage, which is really exciting. I really like the trailer. My sister basically sent it to me and was like, oh, you guys should cover this. And I was like, okay, cool, let me watch the trailer. And then I was like, Friends, we should cover this. So yeah, shout out to my lovely sis.
I'm ready.
All right, boys and girls, have a wonderful, 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 wonderful day/night.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
He was my first sexual relationship, as he was a number of my fraternity brothers.
He asked me if I'd come back to his apartment at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I said, what was that all about? You and the congressman? And he said, we're having a relationship.
He grabbed me by the shoulder and very boldly said, remember, you never saw me. You've never been here.
He had a relationship with him, a sexual relationship with him.
We never discussed his political platform or what he believed in. We just had sex.
Let me be clear. I am not gay.
There are names in the folks in the Congress and high positions of power who are leading a secret double life. He's a closeted gay man. He's a closeted gay man, too.
They have been chasing us for years. We're going to chase back.
I think that each one of these outings puts a little chink in the armor of the anti-gay movement.
It is very important that the people who make the law be subject to the law.
90% of the cases or so are Republicans.
He is dancing at Flamingo on the weekend and propping up the most right-wing homophobes in America.
Same thing I was doing as a teenager, bashing other gay people in order to prove that they're not gay.
This is your voting record, and it seems to run absolutely contradictory to the way you've lived your personal life.
You know what the right value is? The right value is truthfulness. The right value is honesty.
Why do motorcycles, why do they make so much noise?
Is that not what I said in my Snapchat story Insta story when I was drunk?
It doesn't make any sense. They're literally like mosquitoes off the road.
Who
like
do
they
you
doesn't
think
make
you are?
any sense.